Good morning. A round of applause, please, for the Greece Olympia Graduation Ensemble. At this time, I'd ask that you all please stand. Graduates, please remain standing. We are now going to be led in the singing of the national anthem by senior Jalen Washington.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Jalen, for that beautiful rendition. Please be seated. Good morning again. I am Mark Fleming, principal of Greece Olympia, and it's my great pleasure to welcome each of you to the commencement ceremony for the Greece Olympia class of 2018. I would like to first introduce the special guests that are joining me in the front row. Please hold your applause until all guests have been announced. In the front row, starting on my right, the Superintendent of the Greece Central School District, Ms. Kathleen Grauman, our student speakers, Ms. Von Mock and Ms. Shanique Hill, Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Michael Dowdy, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Catherine Colicchio, Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Valerie Payne, our Board of Education members, our Vice President, Ms. Terry Malore, Mr. Joe Grinnan, Mr. Bill Maloney, Dr. Mary Caitlin White, Mr. Michael Valicenti, the Assistant Principal for the class of 2018, Mrs. Kelley Flagler, and our counselors, Ms. Stephanie Borelli, Mrs. Desiree Rouse, and Mr. Mark Rumfola. A round of applause, please, for our special guests and dignitaries. There are many people who played a significant role in helping our graduates make it to this day, and I would like to take a moment to recognize each of them. With the following, please stand. Our senior class advisors, Ms. Patty Borelli and Mrs. Ann Barone. Our wonderful secretarial support staff, Mrs. Stacy Collins, Ms. Kathy Tumia, Mrs. Sharon Sierra, and Mrs. Lynn Collister, and all Olympia staff here today. Please stand up or step out from the wings and be recognized for all of your hard work and effort with our graduates. Thank you to each of you for supporting the class of 2018. Each spring, Olympia recognizes our seniors at our awards assembly, an opportunity to celebrate and acknowledge all the achievements of our graduates. A list of the scholarships and awards presented to our seniors is included in your program. I would ask each senior who was honored at our awards ceremony to please stand now and be recognized for your great accomplishments. Please stand. Congratulations to each of you. Superintendent Grauman, Board of Education members, members of the Superintendent's Cabinet, Olympia staff, parents, friends, and especially the Greece Olympia class of 2018. Welcome once again to this morning's commencement exercises. Congratulations, graduates. You did it. Absolutely. Today is a day to honor your hard work, celebrate your incredible achievements, and ponder the opportunities that lie ahead of you. In a few moments, you'll be awarded your high school diploma, a document that represents all that you have achieved during your time at Olympia. You balanced equations, wrote countless essays, studied the laws of nature, created exquisite works of art, and excelled on the field of play. Your high school diploma is a tangible representation of your resolve and your ability to persevere. But there is more to that diploma than just an acknowledgement of the academic standards that you achieved. For each one of you, that piece of paper tells the story of the people in your lives that helped make today possible, many of whom are in the auditorium today. It tells the story of those at home who loved you and supported you, the moms and dads, brothers and sisters, grandparents, aunts and uncles who have been with you through thick and thin. It tells the story of your church, your youth group, or your sport team, the coaches and leaders who mentored you and pushed you to get better. It tells the story of the faculty and staff at Olympia who helped you get to this very moment. Teachers like Mrs. Pelletier and Ms. Secker, who foster a love of history and storytelling. Teachers like Mrs. Cooney and Mrs. Allen, who gave you the skills in middle school to help you get through high school. Mr. Andrews, Mrs. Passamani, Coach LeBou, and Coach Hill, who taught you how to love Olympia and to bleed green and gold. And Mr. Salisbury, who pushed and pushed until you understood how to solve that equation and you loved him for it. It's Mr. Stabell, who opened your eyes to all kinds of music, and Mrs. Beechner, who we all know gives the best hugs. What'd I tell you? It's the wise Miss Lolita, who whispered sage advice, and it's the counsel of Mr. Rumfola, Mrs. Rouse, and Miss Borelli. They helped you have a good old-fashioned cry. Or Mrs. Nellis and Mrs. Watt, who simply would not let you quit. Mrs. Barone and Mrs. Borelli, who made sure your high school experience was everything it should be. And of course, it's Mrs. Flagler and Mrs. Collins, who have been with you through it all. They've been with you through it all to help ensure that you made it to this very stage. When you gaze upon that diploma, when you display it at your graduation party or hang it on your wall, think of those who helped make it possible. And then think about how you will honor their hard work, the moms, the dads, the teachers, their devotion to you, and the role they played in making you the person you have become. We all know that well-worn cliche. Commencement does not mean the end. Rather, it is a beginning. Graduates, I challenge you to think about how you will honor the love, support, and lessons that you have received from the teachers, mentors, coaches, and loved ones in your lives who made today possible. It is now your turn to pay it forward, to be that leader in your community, to make a difference in the life of someone who needs a champion, a role model, a friend. That's what it means to be a graduate of Greece Olympia, to be a Spartan. Congratulations, class of 2018, and I wish you nothing but the best. It is now my great honor to introduce our superintendent, a woman whose vision, passion, and commitment to the children and families of Greece is unwavering. Please give a warm Spartan welcome to our superintendent, Mrs. Kathleen Grauman.
So before I start my formal remarks, I said this last night at the Athena commencement ceremony. I've been in Greece a long time, and I don't want to give up my age necessarily, but it's been a long time. And yeah, some of you know that. So one of the greatest things that I've been able to do here in the district is when I was a principal years and years ago is welcome some of the students sitting on stage to school. So as little 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds entering school for the first time, I got to be their principal. And then to be able to stand here today at commencement and to be able to honor them and congratulate them and see them go off into the world might be one of the most special things for me from a career perspective. So thank you for trusting us, and thank you for allowing me to have that experience. It's my selfish piece of the day. So good morning. I'm so honored to share this special day with you and to welcome parents, extended family members, and friends to the Olympia commencement ceremony. I also want to thank our teachers, staff members, school leaders, and Board of Education members for their service to our schools and community. Each person in this beautiful auditorium should feel proud because you've contributed in some way to one of the students crossing stage, or many of them. I thank you deeply for being here and for all that you've done for these young people to achieve this goal. My daughter Chloe also graduates today, so I can truly understand the excitement and the pride that you're feeling. Each year on opening day for teachers, we gather, and I choose a theme. The theme spreads through the entire year, and this year, my theme was hope. I'd like to center my remarks around the idea of hope today because you, the class of 2018, give me hope. Let me start with the definition. Hope is an optimistic attitude of mind that's based on an expectation of positive outcomes. As a school superintendent and longtime educator, I oftentimes hear people talk to me about kids today. You've all heard it. It oftentimes isn't super positive, and I will say I challenge that. I always challenge that, and I will share some of the examples why I do this and why you as amazing young people give me hope. Number one, you're incredibly bright and smart. The work and content that we put in front of you today is challenging and far more difficult than was expected back in '88. The amount of students who've taken AP courses, earned college credit, and have challenged themselves to take difficult courses is amazing. In addition, in our polarized world, you've demonstrated careful thought and consideration around world issues. Somehow, our schools have remained places of civilized, intellectual discourse and learning around relevant issues, and you have modeled better behavior and tolerance than what we see in the media in many places. This gives me hope. Number two, you are an incredibly socially conscious generation. You understand the need to reduce our carbon footprint and have already built environmentally friendly routines that are smarter than previous generations. You're socially conscious consumers considering where and how things were made because this matters. I believe that you do understand the importance of the health of our planet and the impact that you can have. This gives me hope. Number three, you are open-minded. Whether we're talking about race, religion, sexuality, or gender, I see a group of students that are open to talking and learning in a way intended to unify, not to divide or label. You collectively recognize and better understand concepts like bias, power, and privilege more than any, and I'm confident you will make the world a more inclusive place. This gives me hope. And number 4, you are kind. At a time when we are inundated with examples of bullying and people being mean, I see incredible amounts of kindness, giving, and service. You've provided significant hours of service to our senior centers, collected and donated food to multiple food shelves, and have raised money for autism, cancer, the Heart Association, and so many more organizations. You found time to lead things like our Best Buddy Clubs, Unified Basketball, and read to younger students. I could go on and recognize that this only scratches the surface of what they've done. You are kind and understand the importance of service to our community. This gives me hope. You give me hope for all of these reasons and so many more, and I want to end by just taking a moment to wish you happiness and success. My only advice is to continue to open your heart, give love generously, and be kinder than you need to be. I know you will all go on and do great things. From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the Greece Central School District family, I extend my sincere congratulations to each and every one of you for a job well done. Congratulations, 2018.
Thank you, Superintendent Grauman. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, Ms. Shanique Hill. Ms. Hill, as you can see, is well loved by her peers. She is a hardworking, diligent young lady who has compiled an impressive academic record during her time at Olympia. In addition to her scholastic achievements, Ms. Hill is a standout in the Olympia track program. She is exceedingly devoted to both her family and her church and is a role model to the Olympia student body. Ms. Hill plans to attend Alfred State, where she'll be majoring in business. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the salutatorian honor students, Ms. Shanique Hill.
Good morning. Hi, Beta. I would like to start by thanking all of you for joining us. Our graduates who are celebrating, our parents and family members, our friends, teachers, and administrators who took the time to help us get here today. And for me personally, I would like to thank God, for through him, all things are possible. Maya Angelou once said, "You can't know where you're going unless you know where you're coming from." Throughout the extent of our education, we have all faced our own versions of trials and tribulations. We had stressors and had positive and negative effects, both on our education and in life in general. Oftentimes, older people say that we are too young to have experienced any real adversity. But as the youth of this generation, I'm positive that we can all relate when I say the struggle is real. Our lives as young adults tend to be complicated and cloudy at times, to where we get frustrated and completely stressed out. We have to juggle sports, community service, clubs, school, maintain good grades, work, family, and a social life, all while keeping our sanity. And for that, I think we need to be applauded. We are strong, and we are able. We are able to take all the skills and lessons learned of where we came from in order to direct us to where we're going. This, I believe, is the essence of Maya Angelou's advice. One of the biggest struggles I faced in high school was time management. During indoor track season, the meets would start about 2 hours after school finished and ended at 11 p.m., sometimes 12 a.m., sometimes 1 in the morning. I had to learn to be a hard worker, to budget my time so that my work gets done first, because if my grades aren't good, then there was no track. Not only that, but making sure my Sunday school homework was done, and that everything at home was good, and that I was at work on time, give my best attitude and effort while maintaining balance. The hardest lesson I learned in high school is that it's not about how smart you are, but about how much ambition you have, how much drive you have, and how much work you're willing to put in to get the job done. Nobody's born with all the knowledge in the world. Everyone has to put in a degree of effort. In fact, some of us continue to rise despite overwhelming obstacles. We have to continue to try our best daily as we become the best versions of ourselves. The high school chapter of our lives is coming to a close. Now a new chapter is being opened, and we need to brace ourselves for what's to come. My advice for the future would be, every time it seems overbearing and too difficult, we need to remember where we come from, how hard we worked, how long it took to get there, and then we overcome it. Congratulations, class of 2018. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanique, for those beautiful words. It is now my honor to introduce our second student speaker, Ms. Von Mock. Ms. Mock is described by her teachers as both hardworking and kind. She is academically driven and has excelled in the classroom, yet is widely recognized by both students and staff as having a strong sense of humility. This fall, Ms. Mock will be attending the Rochester Institute of Technology, where she'll be studying biomedical sciences with the intent of going on to medical school. I don't think you need to do middle school again, Von. I think you're set. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Valedictorian honor students, Ms. Von Mock.
What is failure? Failure means lack of success. And why are we so afraid of it? Fear comes to mind when people hear this word. We try our best to avoid that path and take the easy way. I am here today to point out the benefits of defeat, to point out its impacts, to point out it's not scary. To start off, it builds character. It takes a strong individual to admit defeat. Admitting and accepting is difficult, yet you will feel liberated once the pressure is off. Failure does not have to be shameful. We have unlimited time to prosper again, and we can do it at our own pace. We are all here this morning to celebrate the accomplishments we achieved. Everyone got to where we are today at different rates and methods, yet 4 years later, we all end up at the same location. In the end, it creates a champion that completes all their obstacles, completes all their goals, completes their satisfactions. Congratulations to all my fellow champions in the class of 2018. Not only does failure build character, it unfolds creativity. If plan A didn't work, there's 25 more letters in the alphabet. You must level up your creativity to generate different solutions and possibilities. Laziness may get in the way for some, but it takes a hard worker to discover their potentials. Learn how to adapt and change your ways to get through the tough obstacle. I took my first AP course in freshman and sophomore year. I didn't think world history would be challenging, yet little did I know. I failed the first couple of tests and almost failed the first quarter of freshman year. And this was a wake-up call for me, since I never failed previous tests. I quickly changed my ways and adapted to the course with intensive study and full concentration in the classroom. My grades began increasing again, and I realized hard work pays off. It pays off because what you give is what you get in return. It doesn't matter if you're a straight A person. If you're not struggling, then you're not being challenged enough. And some people intentionally avoid challenges, but they will struggle to cope with failure. You have to take risk while believing in your capabilities. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard to start his unpredictable career of creating Microsoft. Having faith and taking risks are necessary in order to be success. It is impossible to go through life without some type of failure. Henry Ford, a successful businessman, quotes, "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." For those who have younger siblings, failure is a great way to set an example for them. You may see disappointment, but they see resilience. Not only does it raise a flag for them to avoid, it also teaches lessons and advice. Younger kids look up to us, and this can be a win-win situation. The youth motivates us to push hard while we set precedents for them to shadow. Although I do not have younger siblings, I realize the middle school groups look up to us when we held tutoring sessions. They are amazed at what we do and how much we know. I highly, highly encourage the upperclassmen to continue to inspire the youth every day. Today is the last day we will all be in the same building together. As we depart from high school, we are being released from the cocoon Olympia has provided. Each and every one of us have blossomed into a beautiful, healthy butterfly. I want to send all my classmates into the real world with minimum fear of failure. The path to success can never be straight. There will be roadblocks and tough pathways that we all will encounter. We tend to learn and prosper after facing challenges. The good thing about defeat is once you hit rock bottom, the only way left to go is up. Failure isn't fun, but it is an opportunity. It is an opportunity to learn and reflect. In closing, Ralph Waldo Emerson has said, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." Thank you to family and friends for being here on this special day. And lastly, to my parents. Cảm ơn ba mẹ và con thương ba mẹ.
Thank you, Vaughn, for those wonderful words. And now I'd like you to please welcome to the stage Jukebox, featuring members of the senior class. They will give us a small performance this morning. Jukebox, please come forward.
You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged, oh I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you can make you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful. true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful. Like a
Thank you all.
Thank you, Jukebox. Another round of applause, please, for our singers. Students, families, and friends, it is now the time you have all been waiting for. The conferring of diplomas. Now, before we begin, I ask that the audience be respectful of each student as he or she crosses the stage so that all names can be heard. We love the Olympia enthusiasm, but please make sure we don't step on anyone's name whatsoever. Please do not applaud over the reading of graduates' names. Their families and friends have waited 18 years for this once-in-a-lifetime moment, and everyone's name deserves to be heard. Superintendent Grauman and Board of Education Vice President Terry Malore, please approach the podium. You are here, Kathy. You go first. Yep. Kathy, and then Terry. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
There's my age.
Yep. Here, and then Terry.
I present to you, Ms. Malore, our Greece Central School District Board of Education Vice President, the class of 2018 of Greece Olympia. This class has met all the requirements set forth by the New York State Department of Education and the Greece Central School District Board of Education. It is with great pleasure, therefore, that I present the awarding of diplomas to the qualified members of the class of 2018.
On behalf of the Board of Education, the Greece Central School District, and upon the authority vested in me by the state of New York, I do hereby confer the secondary school diploma upon the qualified members of the class of 2018.
Okay, we're going to head over to the front here. Microphone.
You ready? Let's do this. Von Mock. Devin Ray. Hannah Rogers. Jeffrey Semple. Caitlin Shields. Ashley Simone. Giselle Akhmadinova. Diamond Jade Bonhan. Emily Clark. Zainab Delawar. Rachel Gonzalez. Jacob Heberger. Shanique Hill. Hannah Jason. Ariana Lawson. Brian Lee. Don Michael Millar. Sonia Ricketts. Nina Salgado Leon. Rachel Savard. Paola Serrano.
Hassan R. El-Bulba. Faisal El-Ghamdi Jr. Marai Apak. Visacia Barber. Desiree Barrett. Antoinette Best. Brendan B.A. Brianna E. Brazil Harrell. Brandon Bruno. Vincent Karachi. Paul Cachetta. Karen Castillo. Cesar Castillo Madrid. Fantasia Cato. Kiera Selinsky. Brittany N. Signorelli. Brianna Elizabeth Sierra. John Cobb. Juliana Cordaro. Lisa Costello. Brittany Cunningham. Elshade Chain. Alexis Janae Davis. Erica Davis. Angela N. De La Rosa Jimenez. Ana Jalise M. Del Valle. Victor Silvio Diaz. Katie Drash. Marcus Dungy. Osvaldo Espinoza Sosa. Lunzer B. Evans IV. Nasiba Faizulaiva. Heather Finley. Jason Flagg. Nicholas Gearhart. Nicholas Gilo. Brianna Gersner. Cheyenne Gill. Deanna Godfrey. Salvatore Granada. Alex Greeny. Ariana I. Granison. Jada Infinity Green. William Antoine Green, Jr. John Grinishin.
Liam Hassis Thuman. Chasm Hamzik. Mariah Harkin. Brooke Heckman. Jason Hill. Chance J. Holmes. Julie Hornsved. Amjad Hussein. Noah M. Hussein. Annalise Jimenez. Anquasia Elizabeth Johnson. Spencer E. Johnson. Tiara Johnson. Victoria Jones. Brandon Judge. Javon Jarrell Junius. Abby Kozak. Sydney Kozak. Andrew Labar. Zoe Lynn LeMay. Megan LaPaglia. Maya Lapiana. Aaliyah A. Leal. Aziz Lomids. Jason Lavulo. Jenna Lupalak. Kecha D. Matos Rivera. Victor McCarthy. Joshua McCleary. Shaylani McGowan Ship. William McNally. Cameron McPhee. Corey Michelson. Morgan Miller. David Minisk. Amanda Mitchell. Jada Mobley. I ruined her cap. Treasure Victoria Moore. Haley E. Morales. Emily Mowers. Anthony Nieves. Oscar Wynn. Tyler O'Neill. Megan Abul Olandisi. Isabel M. Ortiz. Jacob Osborne. Joshua Osborne.
And now for the best part of the alphabet, Sydney Painting. Stephanie C. Paredes. Angel Perez. Tyler Pilatus. Anthony Polito. Carson Quilich. Nicole Rainier. Cheyenne Ramos. Dixon Ramos. J. Ian Reynolds. Oscar O. Rivera Jr. Rebecca Robert. Marianne Angelis Robles. Megan Rotuno. Yep. Ariana Lynn Rust. Edgar B. Rutledge V. Yusuf Salem. Lao Noon Sung. Richard Schill Jr. Sydney Lee Slater. Deshaun T. Scott. Jazir K. Scott. Cameron Seidel. Mauricio J. Sepulveda. Grace Serra. Saeed A. Shaibi. Anaria Sheffield. Jesus X. Silva. James L. Singleton III. We got more, hang on. Jaden Skeen Foss. Blaine R. Slater. McKenna Sonoga. Adelisa Staneklik. Jasmine Stickles. Alyssa Justine Sykes. Shamika Terry. Julia Thomas. Renee M. Tibbles. Nicole Tumia. James Vincent Urban. Kenneth Vath. Carissa Vernelli. Cody Michael Ward. Jalen V. Washington. Keegan R. Whitney. CJ Weimer. Jameer T. Wilson. And the last student for the 2018 class, Onasia J. Wright.
Another round of applause for the class of 2018. We have some official business to take care of. Yvonne and Shanique, will you please stand? Graduates, please prepare your tassels. Please move them from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2018. Now, graduates, before we go our separate ways, we must take a moment to recognize the person who has guided the class of 2018 to this very stage, your class administrator, Mrs. Kelley Flagler. Mrs. Flagler started as an assistant principal at Olympia the summer before your freshman year, and Ms. Sloan assigned her to you. On her very first day of work in July 2014, she asked me for a yearbook, which I readily supplied. She cracked it open, and within 2 days had memorized the names of each and every one of you. Believe me, I know, she had me quiz her. She has guided you with a firm hand high standards, and an unwavering belief that you have the capacity to be your very best selves. She has been your fiercest advocate in every sense of the word. You have been blessed to have her as your leader, and I am lucky to have her on my team. To deliver our closing remarks, please welcome to the podium the Assistant Principal for the Class of 2018, Mrs. Kelley Flagler.
Woo! Been waiting 4 years for this moment. Good morning, colleagues, families, friends, and graduates. Most days, I feel like the luckiest person alive. Every morning, I get to go to a job and work with kids whom I love, and every evening, I get to come home to my husband and our 3 daughters whom we adore. Graduates, as your assistant principal, my hope for you has always been to find the same joy in life. And today, I trust that you are on this path. It's common knowledge amongst our faculty that your class is great. I could easily brag about your high graduation or college acceptance rates, but this is second to your character. What matters is that you are good people. You are kind and empathetic, and you are not perfect. Sometimes you lose your marbles a little bit, and I've seen it, and maybe your families have too. Yet you embrace these moments as an opportunity to grow and learn. But what inspires me most is your perseverance. Each of you have overcome personal obstacles. Some of you have overcome poverty, homelessness, and hunger. Some of you have overcome violence, abuse, or neglect. Some of you have risen in the face of academic difficulties, depression, or grief, yet you continue to rise. Remember that when times get difficult, we rise. And remember that you did not do this alone. Remember that when you are down, you accept kindness from others, and when you are up, you extend kindness to those in need because it is the right thing to do. In this way, you will find joy in your days at work and in your evenings at home with your family. Graduates, please know that serving as your assistant principal has been among the great joys of my life. And to our families, thank you for entrusting us with your children. It has brought us deep fulfillment to watch your children grow into young adults whom we know will do good in this world. Congratulations to the class of 2018. You have made us very, very proud. This concludes our ceremony. Please remain in your seats until all of the graduates have exited the auditorium. Students that exit to my left can be found outside on the east side of the building by the back parking lot. Those students that exit to the right can be found on the west side of the building in the area between Athena and Long Pond Road. Thank you.